Greetings. It is a beautiful sunny day here. Welcome to Lava and Garden Report number 20. With this small inclusion about Hurricane Hector. Yeah, hasn't been much going on with the volcanoes, and so I had sort of stopped the lava reports. But there's been a little bit of news. Apparently, for the last few days, fissure number 8 has created a bit of a lava lake inside of itself. It hasn't spilled over, and there's no more flows heading to the sea. But the vent has not completely gone to sleep either. It has its own little mini lava lake. Jimmy, you got a lava lake down the street from what used to be your house. Cool, huh? Yeah. So there's that going on with the volcano. There's a little bit of steam and some SO2 rising out there. I haven't been down to the area for a while. I think it's about time I took a trip. I understand they opened some of our roads in that region. There's still checkpoints going into Leilani Estates, but some of the other National Guard checkpoints are now open, and you can go through without permits. Places, you can't go too many places because the roads are all covered in lava, but hey, it's open. Otherwise, the National Park Service has announced that on September 22nd, the National Park is going to be open again! Yeah! Yeah! Dude, that'd be so exciting. I really miss the National Park. That's one of the reasons I live here. We're just down the street from the thing, you know? And I would pop up there quite frequently, just see what's going on. It's always different. Never know what to expect when you go into Volcanoes National Park. Well, they're not going to get everything open because there's been some roads destroyed, and the museum, for instance, is messed. The observation deck over there is messed. It's almost ready to fall into the caldera and so on. But they're going to open the gates, and some of the park will be accessible. And so you hear that, tourists? Come on down! I mean, you know, we were dealing with millions of people that were coming through that thing every year until it exploded. Yeah, so it's been pretty quiet around here. I mean, you know, some of the restaurants probably gone out of business for good. I know some of the tour bus lines are also kaput, they're shot because there was nothing else to do. Some of them have gotten creative, and they've had some other viewing that they can do for you and so on. But now we're finally going to be able to go back into the national park, and so 14 different languages will be spoke somewhere in there sooner or later. Come on down, check out the Big Island. We actually all depend on the rest of the world out there. It's true. We like to believe that we're kind of sufficient out here, and we do all right for ourselves, but man, without the rest of you, where's the Visa? Where's the MasterCard? Where's the Discover? Where's the Greenback? Where's the Deutschmark? You know, where's the Yuan? These are all very important to our economy. I guess it's one of the reasons that we welcome all here. You're all good. You all got money. Yeah, so that's good news. The 22nd of September, the park will be reopened. Otherwise, we haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of anything happening here as far as, you know, eruptions or anything on that order. Over in Pahala, that's the Kau district to the west of Volcanoes National Park. Over in Pahala, I have heard that the air is now better than it's been since 2007. It's actually clear. They don't have any fog anymore. And so any of you folks who, you know, have a place over there by Discovery Bay or Pahala or Naalehu, you can now breathe. So come on down. Free air for all, high quality, top notch, some of the best. You'll like it. Yeah, that area was choking. I hope the heck that the coffee crops weren't damaged by it. Coffee seemed pretty resistant to the sulfur because cow coffee is, oh, that's #1, man. It's good. We like that stuff. Just a tiny bit about the hurricanes, the hurricane gardening here. We have Norman Hey Norman, and we got a hurricane heading for the island named Norman. The projected path is going to swing it north on the east side of the big island and over the top of the islands. That's what we suppose it's going to do. It's already starting to push a little bit of rain bands towards the east side of the big island. So if nothing else happens to us over here, we can expect to get some more, desperately needed rain. You know, everywhere else in the U.S., these are floods and disasters. Here in Hawaii, it's rainfall. Yeah, it's going to come at us again, I'm afraid. No real concerns about, you know, wind or any of that kind of stuff. There'll be some storm surge, so the tidal zones will probably rise up. And there'll be plenty of rain, most likely. We're lucky the hurricane will head north quick as it approaches us, and so it'll take the rain off somewhere else, and we won't have to experience it like we did when it went the other side of the island. When it went the west side of the big island, it was like a conveyor belt, just a conveyor belt of rain. This one probably won't be so bad. The hurricanes, they rotate counterclockwise, and so as it's coming at us right now, it's beginning to sweep some stuff down from the north. Actually, it's coming at this side of the island, but as it rotates itself up to the north, it will be pulling the moisture off the other side of it, so it shouldn't collide with us. Otherwise, there's been a little work out here in the garden lately. Well, I'm going to remind everybody, if they're thinking about growing jicama this year, if you want to grow jicama, yam bean it's called, it's time. Plant that seed. If you plant the seed now so that the crop ripens before New Year's, you're going to have nice big tubers. If you wait, you're going to miss the window and you'll have smaller tubers. If you plant in summer, all you get is vines, flowers, and seeds. Okay.
So I already have jicama going in 1-gallon containers here. I found that I do better when I grow my jicama in containers than when I grow it in the open soil here. It grows fine in the open soil, but as soon as the tuber forms and the vine goes dormant in the dead winter, the tubers can crack when we get high rainfall if they aren't dug up immediately. I've found that I can grow them in these pots. I've had tubers almost the diameter of a 1-gallon container form inside the pots. They're easier to dig out of the potting soil, certainly, and they stay cleaner. I don't have any nematodes or any pests in there, so it's much easier to make nice-looking tubers. But what I generally do with them is once the vines go dormant for storage, I put them over here underneath the eave of my shed. And you can see right there, that's one jicama vine that wasn't harvested last winter that's still sitting there in its 1-gallon pot creating flowers at the moment. By putting them under the eave, it keeps them out of the rain and the tubers won't split. Well, my corn is doing beautifully. It was looking a little bit yellowish when I brought it out here because all that hurricane rain. But with a serious dose of chicken manure, it's coming around fast, greening up, starting to stand up nice and looking good. And what I'm very happy about is in between the rows, you'll see that green carpet. That's mostly perennial peanut and annual alfalfa after the mowing. I had figured it would come back nicely, and it did. This should make a really nice carpet of legumes underneath my corn. The Bishop Cap chilies really made up a crop. We had a beautiful red crop of these things on here the other day. I stripped them all down, and I made Chicago-style Giardiniera out of them. Take a look at this.
Chicago-style Giardiniera. This is what you put on an Italian beef sandwich, on an Italian sausage sandwich. It's good on a salad. It's good on just about anything. What we got in here is, first we brine in sea salt peppers, both sweet and hot, or just sweet. Doesn't really matter. Depends on your taste. We chopped carrots and celery, and all that gets brined. Then we drain it, rinse the salt off, and then put in oregano, garlic, and green olives. We cover the whole works with olive oil and vinegar. Pack it in jars and let it marinate. This is not canned, so you refrigerate it. Oh man. That is good stuff. Boy, oh boy. So any of you guys who live in Chicago, you know what I got here. Man. Italian sausage and Italian beef, must have Chicago style Giardiniera on top. And so you guys in the city, you know what I'm talking about. And when I moved, wow, I miss this stuff. I had to come up with a recipe.
The peanut gallery is looking great. Looks like I got to get in here and do a little weeding. I'm getting sedge coming up in between the rows, but peanuts looking good. And that exotica papaya over there sure is piling them on. That seems to be one happy papaya. Got it right on the edge over there where the water drains away from it. Nice crop. Otherwise, in the garden, the only other thing new is that the coqui frogs with the hurricane have been moving in closer and closer to the house. I've run out of hydrated lime, and so I needed to do something about it. I threw wood ashes at them, and that didn't work. I even went so far as to put sriracha in a tank sprayer. I sprayed it with chili peppers. It didn't work too well either. A little bit. Got some of them, but most of them, I don't know, being from the Caribbean, you know, maybe they like spicy stuff. Anyway, I decided to switch back to citric acid. That citric acid is, according to the university, you know, and the county, that's what you're supposed to be using. And I really stopped using it because it was so expensive. And I really didn't know how well it worked either. But anyway, I went back. So I'm switching to citric acid. I got a mix on the front porch here. Tonight, when that little son of a gun comes out right next to my easy chair on the lanai and starts going, cookie, 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 instead of sriracha, tonight he's going to get 2 1/4 cups of citric acid powder in a gallon of water. I hope it burns his little frog butt off. I can't even relax on the front porch because I got one about 10 feet away from my chair. The volume is incredible. You know, they're all right when they're out there somewhere, as long as they keep a 50-foot distance away from the house. But some of them like to choke right in there and get right next to the house walls. He's getting acid tonight. We'll find out whether Froggy can trip on acid or not. Trip on this, Froggy. So, that's pretty much the extent of things going on around here in the garden. So, I think we'll sign out for the day. It's aloha. Y'all have a wonderful day in the garden because it's a beautiful day here with Hurricane Norman approaching. And you all hang loose.